Well, good morning everyone. Hope you are doing good and having a great week. To all my returning subscribers, thank you for your support. And to all our viewers and those recently subscribed, thank you and welcome to this channel. As you saw at the beginning of this video, today we're going to talk about some US Lincoln cents, in particular the steel cents that were only minted in 1943. The coins that I'll be showcasing are graded coins, and up on your screen you can see some of my graded world coins collection, including this page over here, which contains some of my graded coins from the United States. Very quickly, let me show you what are the graded coins I have in this page. Just up here we have 5 Jefferson nickels. All these graded coins I scored right here in Singapore, and for these Jefferson nickels, I didn't pay really that much for them. Right next to the nickels, we have a Roosevelt dime from 1951. And just at the bottom, we have another Roosevelt dime from 1952. A Kennedy silver half dollar from 1964. And a Kennedy proof silver half dollar from the year 2000. To this collection, I'll be adding these 2 Lincoln steel cents graded by PCGS. But before I bring them closer to the camera, I'd just like to put it out there that I do have a crowdfunding page on Buy Me a Coffee, the link of which you can find in the description text of my YouTube homepage. So go ahead and click on that, go and have a look, and I would appreciate any support that you guys can give, as this channel here is not monetized. Alright, with that all done, let's go ahead and take a look at some steel cents. Now, I've actually scored these Lincoln cents when I visited the Washington Numismatic Gallery in Seattle, Washington, when I was there last month of this year 2025. Along with these coins, I did also manage to get the 2004 Kookaburra coin, which I showcased in a previous video, and this half-ounce silver eagle, this quite rare and vintage silver bar, which I'll do a more comprehensive video on in a later video. Along with these silver and coins over here, I did also get from John at the Washington Numismatic Gallery this Dansko album for the Franklin half dollar. This is actually a used album, so I got this album cheap. And this will be a perfect storage solution for my collection of Franklin silver half dollars. So a really great score from John at the Washington Numismatic Gallery, and if you like to visit this coin store, the store is located at the Seattle Convention Center. Alright, with the shout out all done, let's go ahead now and talk about these Lincoln steel cents. Now these steel cents are from a series of coins known as the Lincoln wheat pennies or Lincoln wheat cents, which were minted from 1907 to 1958. For all those years, the coins were struck in copper, with the exception of these coins over here in 1943, which was struck in zinc-coated steel. The reason for that was because of the Second World War, which the United States entered into following the Japanese surprise attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941. Copper was in short supply and it was desperately needed for the manufacture of war material, so it was decided in 1943 to mint these Lincoln cents with steel instead. This was quickly replaced with brass from spent wartime shell casings in 1944, so the Lincoln cents that you find minted for that year in 1944 are minted in 70% copper and 30% zinc. Production of these Lincoln cents reverted back to the normal copper metals in 1945 onwards, so these steel cents here have gone down in history as the only steel cents or the only steel coins to be ever struck for circulation in the United States. Now there are some very rare Lincoln cents that were minted out in error as a result of this change in metals for the coins that were minted in 1943, and I'll talk a little bit more about that at the later part of this video. But for now, let's just quickly go through the design and specifications of these Lincoln cents. These Lincoln steel cents are struck in zinc-coated steel. They have a weight of 2.7 grams, a diameter of 19 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.5 millimeter with a smooth edge. All 3 mints were involved with the production of these coins, which are the Philadelphia Mint, the San Francisco Mint, and the Denver Mint. The design on the obverse and the reverse was done by Victor David Brenner, or VDB, and here on the obverse we can see the portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing to the right, and here on the left we can see the word Liberty. Right above we have the words In God We Trust, and just over here on the right we have the year of issue which is 1943 for all these Lincoln steel cents. The coins are struck in coin orientation, so when I flip it to the reverse, we can now see this famous two-stalk wheat designs, which give this coin its name of the wheat penny or the wheat cents. Right in the center, we have the face value of 1 cent, and just above we have the Latin words E pluribus unum, which translate to out of many one. And right in the center, we have the name of the issuing country, United States of America. For the coins minted at the Philadelphia Mint, there's a mintage of just under 685 million. As you can see, this coin here has been graded by PCGS with a grade of mint state 65. And in PCGS itself, for this grade, there's a population of 3,828 coins, while 9,842 Lincoln steel cents have been graded higher than mint state 65. The second coin that I have is from the Denver Mint, and for that mint, for that year, there was a mintage of just under 218 million of these coins struck for circulation. And PCGS has given this coin a slightly high grade of mint state 66, and in PCGS itself, for this grade, there's a population of 6,191 coins, while 3,203 coins were graded higher than mint state 66. Unfortunately, John at the Washington Numismatic Gallery only had these coins available, so I'm still missing the coins from the San Francisco Mint. And for that mint, for that year 1943, there was a mintage of just over 191 million of these coins struck for circulation. I mentioned earlier that there were some famous error coins as a result of these steel cents, and this occurred twice, once during the transitional period from 1942 to 1943. During that period, some of these steel cents, the dies that were used for them, was actually struck on bronze planchet. So the resulting 1943 bronze pennies are known as the transitional era coins. They are extremely rare and valuable, and according to Numista, there are actually only around 40 known examples. The second era took place in 1944 when it was decided to switch from steel to brass for these coins. Again, the mint made the same error where the 1944 dies were struck on the steel planchet. For that era, according to Numista, there are less than 40 known examples, and again, those coins are extremely rare and extremely valuable. So that's just a brief overview of the fascinating history of the Lincoln steel cents, and if you'd like to know more, I'll leave the links to their specific Numista pages in the description text below. Before I end this video, let me just share with you some of my final thoughts. You might be wondering why I decided to purchase these coins for my collection. Well, when I came across them at the Washington Numismatic Gallery, John at the gallery actually listed them at a price that was pretty close to their value as shown in the PCGS website, so I thought these two coins were a great score. But the primary reason for why I decided to get these coins is because we don't get to see these steel cents here in Singapore, and when I do see them in their raw forms, they're actually in really poor condition. I've never seen a graded coin right here in Singapore, and these two coins here are actually in beautiful uncirculated condition, so really wonderful to have them in my collection. And I believe these are probably one of the very few graded Lincoln steel cents that are right here in Singapore. I also like to say, at the time of this video recording, and just a few days ago, President Trump, the President of the United States, signed an executive order instructing the Treasury to stop minting the US 1 cent coins. There's still a lot of questions and speculations surrounding that order from the President, and whether or not that these 1 cent coins that are currently in circulation in the United States will be withdrawn from use, and nobody really knows. However, with so many of these coins that we minted over the years, I don't think that order is going to affect their value. That's just my opinion. And my purchase of these Lincoln steel cents from the Washington Numismatic Gallery had nothing to do with the executive order from President Trump. Still, this is something we should all keep our eye on, and for the moment, I'm really happy to be able to get these two steel cents to add to my collection. and I'll be looking for the ones submitted by the San Francisco Mint to complete this series. And with that, I guess that will do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed learning about the Lincoln steel cent that was only minted in 1943. If you do have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, don't forget to leave me a like if you have enjoyed this content, and be sure to hit that share and subscribe buttons down here if you have not done so. As always, from everybody over here, y'all please take care, be safe, and have a nice day.
Mm-hmm.